disappointed, mainly in the defensive end, the rebounding effort in the first half. That for me was unacceptable, very surprising. And, I got after the guys pretty good at halftime. But that's probably the thing that irks me more than anything. And when I say mixed bag, it's just proud as well. This has been a tough year, given the cards that we've been dealt, but proud of the group's stick-to-itiveness and their just grit. I thought they really came together. It was fun to see. I think they felt themselves coming together, and that was rewarding. And so, anytime you're in this spot at the end of the season, it is a bit of a double-edged sword with the emotion. But that first half, man, hard to look past that.
Was that big kid, that good? Maybe better than what you've seen this year?
No. On the tape, he was really impressive. He's very big, very mobile, and he plays with the meat streak, And in our league, we face guys like that, and we've actually done pretty well against them. And so for me, that's why what I saw in the first half was so disappointing.
How frustrating was it to miss out on or not advance in this tournament with a guy like AJ on your team?
Extremely, But at the same time, only one guy can only do so much. Other guys got to step up. I thought we rode him and Rob as best we could. And so that's what I'm proud of. Because I think the guys that we were the guys that we were playing were doing the things that they could do. We were limited. It's just what it is. And so it's you can cry about it or you can just move on. But yeah, it's disappointing to not have the team that we put together around AJ be able to showcase what they could do. But again, that's life, man. And I'm proud of the way AJ put our team on his back. I thought there were moments in that game where I thought looked incredible. Truly, I said it in the other post game, but the Trailblazers court should have been down on some of that stuff. The guy looked like a stone cold NBA All-Star out there. So, but again, you got to have other guys contribute. We were 4-22 from three. Thought Alexei got some good looks. Thought Cable was pedestrian in the first half. Got much better in the second half. So I go on and on. But bottom line is it's a team game. You got to have other guys step up, even if it's guys who maybe roles are bigger than they may have should have been.
You brought in guys to kind of surround AJ with very specific roles in mind. Do you feel like you had enough versatility in those guys when injuries happen to this team to overcome that? And is that something you're looking at next year as you build out another contending roster?
Yeah. I think it's unfair in a lot of ways to judge the roster construction of this team just because it was literally 5 season-ending injuries, right? It wasn't 1, it wasn't 2, right? And so, 4 of those 5 were all guys that could knock shots down, and again, we built this roster specific towards, AJ, Richie, and then that's why we went out and got Rob. And so, those guys need shooting around period in a story. I couldn't even sometimes bear to watch the film, honestly, offensively, because our spacing was so funky, just stuff I was not comfortable with, but you're trying your best to do with what you got. And so, that's what I would say to this year's roster construction as it relates to moving forward. I've been very clear since I've taken this job. It's like, to me, shooting is the holy grail, bottom line. You got to be able to make shots at a high level, and we didn't have enough guys that could do that this year. So shooting will, for me, always be my first question. I think in the Big 12 specifically, you have to mix that with some rugged guys as well. That's just how our league is. But there's just no substitute for shooting. So that's at the top of the list for me every year, but definitely, this was a double down on how important it is.
AJ has said that he hasn't made a decision yet. Are you operating under the same thought, or are you, when you look to next year, I know it's Rob, but are you moving forward without him?
Look, if he wants to come back for year 2, obviously we welcome with open arms. But I think, and you guys now have been around AJ long enough. What a joy for all of us, truth be told, to watch what he did this year. And so if it's his last game, I just wish him well. But it's for me, I think the coolest thing about coaching is just the relationships that you get to build with guys for years and years and years to come, right? From my time in the league, like when Chris Paul retired, me and my family sent him a video message. He sends one right back to us. Books wearing the BYU PEs in a game. I got Yegor hitting me right in tournament time now, and now AJ's going to be doing the same thing. So, that for me is just such a cool thing about getting to do the job that I get to do. And for me, what I love the most is when I left the NBA, you know, it was a little bit bittersweet, but now the job I have now, I'm still able to stay connected in a way that allows me to do it with just younger guys and now see their growth at the next level. So that for me is really cool, and I look forward to doing that with them.
Last question.
Do you already know? I know it's the emotions are raw, but do you already have kind of idea who's in, who's out for next year already?
To be honest with you, not really. You know, the college basketball is what's the best word for it? I don't know, insane. Honestly, like the rules are ever changing. You know, the landscape's ever changing. You know, we try to stay on top of it the best that we can. So we'll have some deep reflection on just what the roster looks like for next year. Who we think is going to come back from this year's team. They obviously all have choices as well. You know, that's the thing that's so different. In the NBA, you get multi-year deals here. Every year is a contract year, so it makes it really challenging. But the good news there is, like, we're not the only one. Every team's going to go through the same thing. What I learned last year is that the portal season, if you want to call it that, it's a buckle up type deal, man. It's a long grind. Luckily, the portal is shorter this year, but we got a lot of work ahead of us.
All right, thanks, guys.